Today we'll be delving into the concept of networks versus circuits. This is one of the basic concepts in network theory. Though networks and circuits are used interchangeably, but there is a subtle difference between these two terms. We'll get into the core of it. Let's start with networks and what is its definition. So by definition, network represents an interconnection of network components which may or may not consist of a closed path. So let's take an example. Let's take a network. So let's take a resistor. We name it R1. Let's take an inductor. We name it L1. Let's take a capacitor. We name it C1. And let's take a voltage source. We name it V1. So this is the network into consideration. So as per our definition, we have two conditions that should be met in order for a network to be justified. One, it should be interconnection of network elements. So as in the circuit we see, we have different network elements, like we have a resistor, we have an inductor, we have a capacitor. So this is satisfied. Condition 2 describes that it should or should not consist of a closed path. So if we are aware of closed path, so what is a closed path? Closed path is, let's say this is point A or node, as we will learn later. So if we start from this node and we traverse through the circuit and we are able to come back to the same node, then this is referred to as a closed path. So for our example, if we traverse like this and we come back to node A, so this is a closed path. Again, if we consider this as node B and we traverse like this in a closed path and we come back to node B, this is also a closed path. Similarly, if we take node A and we traverse like this, then we are able to again come back to node A. So this is also a closed path. So the following network or circuit or interconnection of components we see is forming closed paths, right? So these two conditions are satisfied. So this is a network. Okay, now what is a circuit? A circuit is an interconnection of components which must consist of a closed path. So you see the subtle difference between these two. A network may or may not consist of a closed path, but a circuit must consist of a closed path. So if we take this example, we take this resistor, we take this inductor, we take this capacitor, and we keep it like this. And this is node A, this is, let's say, reference node. So as we see, if we start traversing from node A and we go by this path, we are not able to come back to node A. So this is not a closed path. Similarly, if we traverse from node A and traverse through this path, we are not able to come back to node A. So this is not also a closed path. So this is not a circuit. Not a circuit. But is it a network? Yes, it is a network. So the conclusion is, whether it's a network or a circuit, both should consist of network components or elements, but the subtle difference is the circuit must consist of a closed path, but the network may or may not consist of one or more closed paths. I think the video was helpful and we were able to understand the subtle difference between networks and circuits. If you like this video, please do comment in the comment section, subscribe to the channel and hit the like button. Thank you so much. Signing out.